Namaste, this is Aparna and I'm a midwife and a yoga teacher. And today I'm going to show you some standing yoga sequence, which is part 2. So if you did attend part 1, then you know what to expect. In part 1, we did most of the sequence of yogic exercises that are suitable for first, second, and third trimester. So, keeping the same theme, especially I live in Ireland and in Western world, they think that if you are in first trimester, you can't do yoga. So, I want to remove that myth and show you some very simple beginners yoga sequence which is suitable in first, second, and third trimester. So for this, you will need a yoga mat and you will need your own beautiful body. So let's begin with the second part. In first part, the sequence involves sitting asanas and in tabletop position. So this sequence for today's video is going to focus only on the standing sequence. And I will try and keep it short so that you can do it standalone, only this video, or if you feel encouraged to do a bit more longer yoga practice, then you can use my first part, which is part 1, 10-minute long, and then combine it with this second part. So let's begin by first bringing your hands to the heart center, standing tall, and starting to bring the awareness to the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in with full awareness and breathing out with full awareness. And release your arms on the side of the body. And as you stand tall and focus on your breath, let me just open the curtains because that might make the video more bright for you. So standing tall in Tadasana. As you can see, I'm wearing cotton clothes. So when you're pregnant, it's much better to wear cotton. I know if it is winter time, it will be hard, but if you live in an area where it is summertime, then cotton, original cotton, is really soothing. It carries high vibrational energy for your baby and it feels much nicer to the body. So you should wear really loose, comfortable clothing rather than tight fitting clothes because your body is kind of making a new life and baby is growing inside your body. So allow that expansion in your abdomen through wearing loose, comfortable clothes. So standing tall in Tadasana, both arms on the side of the body. Now I invite you to place your hands on your waist and simply start to come on your tippy toes. So raising your heels, coming up and then going down. If it is not very visible to what I'm doing, I'm just going to lift my bottom. So see what I'm doing. Raising the heels and then coming down. Raising heels, coming down. Continue this for another little while. Raising the heels and breathing in, putting the heels down and breathing out. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. If you find it very hard, then you can also do this little bit close to the wall and go like this because you know that you're not going to be totally attached to the wall. You're a little bit away from the wall, but you know that if you need to, you have this support and you can hold on to the wall. So breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. And after this, bring again your hands on the side of the body in Tadasana and slowly start to raise your arms up And then slowly bring them down. Breathing in, raising the arms up. Breathing out, raising the arms down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now, for the next asana, bring your both arms parallel to each other and slowly move on your left. I'm moving on my right. If you choose to, you can just follow my sequence. So going on right, coming back to the center, then going to the left. And because you're pregnant, like normally what we do, we go all the way. But instead of doing that, you can just simply turn a little bit and then come back to the center, turn a little bit, come back to the center, and then bring your arms down. Now create some gap, little wider gap, about 3-foot gap between your two legs. Raise your right arm up, turn palm to the ceiling, raise your arm up overhead, and then I wouldn't be like normally we slide this arm down, but because you're pregnant, you can just stay here and then bring this down. Raise left arm up, palm to the ceiling, raise your left arm up. Bring it down, repeat, down, up, and down. Now, while you are here and there is gap between the two legs, the best one for pregnant women is hip circles. So because this area needs a lot of movement, so you have to really fall in love with these hip circles. So going all the way, you can either keep your knees straight or you can actually flow with your knees like this. But most people prefer to stand straight and then just move the hips from one direction to the other. And when you have done enough on one side, then you can go on the other side. So from right to left and left to right. And consider this like a dance movement. You should enjoy the hip circles because see, this is the area which is going through massive change. All the pelvic area, all the hips area, lower back, and here you are exercising all that area. If you don't like putting your hands here on the waist, you can just simply rest your hands on your hips or back and fingers pointing downward and rotate your hips. And then from the other side. Then come back to the center and stand tall in Tadasana. So standing tall in Tadasana, tuning into the body, tuning into your breath. Placing your one hand on the heart and the other hand on the belly and breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Then release your arms on the side of the body. Raise your both arms to the front. Make a fist and start to rotate your wrist. Your arms, especially if you work from home, you work a lot on the computer, or you do a lot of cooking. So your wrist joint, your arms need lot of attention and strengthening. So that will come with this. And pregnant women are more susceptible to develop carpal tunnel syndrome. As a midwife, I hear about this problem a lot. So if you do these simple wrist rotations, so if you would have noticed, first I was going outward rotation and then I switched to inward rotation. So if you continue to rotate your wrist from left to right or right to left, and then inward and outward rotation, you can prevent carpal tunnel syndrome in pregnancy. Now open your palm to the ceiling, bring your fingertips to the shoulders. Again, inhale and open. Exhale, fingertips to the shoulders. 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 Now let your elbows kiss each other. And again, you're stretching your upper body. And you're stretching your arms, your upper back by moving the shoulder area. So keep going, outward rotation and then inward rotation. So again, because you're pregnant, as a midwife, I would say that keep this gap to the minimum if you are in the third trimester, because you don't want to be squeezing your heart and your chest area or belly area. So instead of bringing elbows close to each other, you can maintain this gap. So when you're coming inward rotation, you're just going in here and down. So in, up, down, in, up, down, like this. So only very slight tweaking is essential for pregnant women. Instead of saying that you shouldn't do yoga in pregnancy or not in the first trimester or not in the third trimester, let's tweak the practice and enjoy the rewards that yoga brings for making a new human life. And release your both arms on the side of the body. Stand tall and just notice what is happening. Now, the next one that we are going to do is your legs. You need to pay a lot of attention to your legs because in pregnancy, your legs are carrying all that extra weight. So put your hands on your waist and simply bend your knees slightly. Come to stand. Again, bend your knees slightly. Come to stand. It's kind of a little squat. So instead of doing a big squat, we are doing, because remember, I'm teaching this yoga for those who probably have never practiced yoga or their bodies are very new to pregnancy and new to yoga. So these exercises cannot hurt anyone. This is most simple and can be practiced by anyone. So just simply this way, you are increasing synovial fluid in your knee joint and you're strengthening your thigh. You're kind of giving that rocky movement to the hip, which loves this movement in pregnancy. So keep going in and out. Plus, you're preparing your legs for the next, which we are going to do, is called Utkatasana. So now your legs have warmed up, your hips have warmed up, and now you are ready for Utkatasana. So again, standing tall in Tadasana. Slowly bend your knees, raise your arms to the front, and keep your drishti or your gaze in front of you. And then release. Again, Utkatasana can be practiced at any stage of pregnancy. And this will strengthen your pelvic floor muscles. Inhale, come to stand. Exhale, bend the knees and stretch the arms forward. Again, standing tall and bending knees, stretching arms to the front, drishti or gaze to the front, and come back to stand in Tadasana. Now you might notice that your breath has increased, your heartbeat has increased a little bit. So in pregnancy, we keep this to a minimum. We don't allow our heartbeat to go very fast or breath to go very fast. When you start to notice that it has happened, that means we need to slow down. So coming to stand still in Tadasana, breathing in and breathing out. And we will close this practice with the most beautiful Vrikshasana. So for Vrikshasana, you can do a preparatory pose by just raising the heels, bringing it down, raising the heel, bringing it down, raising the heel, bringing it down. If you are very beginner and you've never done it before, then place your left foot on your right shin on the side and raise your both arms up or bring your hands to the heart center. And this can be your Vrikshasana. But if you are a regular practitioner and you're very comfortable in doing Vrikshasana, then you can just simply place your foot on the inner edge of the thigh and bring your hands to the heart center or raise your both arms up and hold. And when you're ready, release your arms, release your leg down onto the ground. So for second side again, right foot up and down, up and down, up and down. You can place your right foot to your left shin, or if so, either below or above the knee. You never put your foot on the knee and raise your both arms up, or you can just simply do this with Namaskar Mudra. Release, bring your leg down. You can also do Vrikshasana by standing near the wall because that might make you more supported. You can just simply keep your body away from the wall, but maybe put your hands on the wall. So that might feel easier for you. So let's say, yes, like that. So instead of skipping Vrikshasana, because your center of gravity will change in second trimester after 20 weeks. So at that time, you can still do these poses with support of the wall. And you can end your practice by doing Balasana. So simply come to sit on your knees, sitting on your heels, and allowing wider gap between the legs. And just stretching the arms and bringing the head down. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. So, hope you have enjoyed this practice. And if you like the video, then please subscribe and pass this on to your other pregnant friends. And I will bring another part 3, which will show you some lying down poses. So in the first one, we covered sitting and tabletop. Second part was about standing sequence. And the third one will be lying down poses that are suitable for pregnant women. Namaste and thank you so much for joining me.